My concern right now is his safety. My concern is his safety. I want to make sure that he's alive and well because his dad is not always mentally stable.
For the first time, we hear a mother's fight to get law enforcement to check on the welfare of her son. Tate Buening was found shot and killed by his own father before his dad took his own life. The murder-suicide happened earlier this month in Harvest. This was the scene right before the bodies were, after the bodies were discovered. But in new audio obtained exclusively by Way 31, we hear the interaction between the Madison County Sheriff's deputy and Tate's mom, Kayla White, outside her ex-husband's home before Kayla entered the house, not deputies, and made that horrific discovery. Way 31's Matt Kroschel is on top of brand new developments in this case tonight. Matt.
Tate's mom, Kayla, now being represented by attorney Will League of Sinyard, Timberlake and League. They are planning to file suit and demanding changes to the legal system. Many feel that legal system failed this mother. And one place they think the policy needs looked at is the sheriff's office, how they handled this call for help on that fateful morning.
We're waiting on, so he's not responded to text messages or phone calls or anything at all. So that's what we call the wellness check.
Getting concerned.
Yeah.
That's my son that's here too.
Sitting outside her ex-husband's home, Tate's mom, Kayla, and another man speak to the deputy who responded to their welfare call. She was recording their exchange.
This is a custody dispute between the two of you.
So there's a lot. That's not what this is. I want to make sure that he's okay. That's not what this is. I just.
No, you're here. You can walk and knock on the door just like I can. That's what I'm saying. This is a dispute between the two of you guys.
She'd already filed for an emergency custody order with the courts. That hearing was set for weeks later. She asked to get Tate away from her ex, a man who had threatened to kill her and she said had a pattern of violent outbursts. It's not clear if the deputy knew that on the scene.
So she's going up to this front door by herself where the occupant is threatened to kill her. You know, welfare check, we believe the procedures allow the officers to take more action than was taken.
My concern right now is his safety. My concern is his safety. I want to make sure that he's alive and well because his dad is not always mentally stable.
But the problem is that you're here.
Okay, I can leave.
You can walk up there and knock on the door. I can stand right here.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, I'll feel better.
You're allowed on the property, right? You ain't been trespassed, anything like that. Okay. Yeah, you can walk up there and knock on the thing.
For the procedure to end up with Kayla finding her own child that had been murdered is just tragic. You have to go back and look at the procedure of the law enforcement official, sheriff department, and look at what the officer knew at that time.
Kayla's attorney, Will League, tells me they're looking into this entire case to find out who knew what and when.
Several aspects we're looking into to try and address the legal side, you know, what happened, the procedures of the sheriff.
We know there are more audio recordings from that horrible morning. We have reached out to the Madison County Sheriff's Office to ask them questions about where their review of this whole case stands. We have not heard back. In the studio, I'm Matt Kroschel, Way 31 News.
Just heartbreaking all the way around. Thank you, Matt. Kayla's legal team tells Way 31 they are also looking into the role overwhelmed judges in the county could have played. That's another chapter of this story we have reported on extensively. You can find our complete coverage on this story at waytv.com.